Welcome everyone to this real life trading video. My name is Brad Reed. I am a real life trader and I'm here to remind you to be good. By good, I mean get out of debt, achieve your financial dreams, and give generously to your community. Thank you for watching this video on Interactive Brokers and how I trade using Interactive Brokers. I recorded a video earlier today where I did some trades that I normally would not have done, but wanted to try and record a video, and there's some background noise from my kids, so I decided to record a second video. For those of you that don't know, I am a day trader, and I also am a stay-at-home dad. So I will show you how I use protective stops. I use stop entries and stop limit entries when I'm trading bearish, and of course I have protective stops and targets on all my orders pretty much at all times. So here we see a chart of FireEye. Here's some of the trades I did earlier. I lost $63 out of a $100 R, so about a half-hour loss. And again, it wasn't a trade I normally would do, but we can take a look at that. Actually, let's see. No, not right now. Okay. Let's go take a look at Ingersoll Rand, ticker IR. So I'm going to type IR, hit enter, and then shift enter. There's a trade I was looking at, and this thing just broke right before I hit record. So I'm going to click on the sell button up here. Let me see if I can get in on a limit fill. So basically the limit fill will say, hey, if it's at this point or higher, it's a 21-cent risk, and let's say I just want to risk $100. 100 divided by 21 cents is 476 shares. 476 shares there for the quantity. The limit price that I wanted is at 75.46 or above. So sell limit 476 shares. I click submit. Verify that this is what I want to do. Sell 476 limit at 75.46 or higher. So I click transmit. And since the stock price right now is higher than 75.46, this says 75.50. Down here it says I got filled at 75.46. So that is a 4-cent difference. And usually that's not what I get. At any rate, so I'm in this position. I can see down here that I have shorted 476 shares. Let me put in my protective stop. So the number of shares that I'm in is 476. So I'm going to do a buy stop. My buy stop is going to be at 75.67. There is that. Now I'm also going to put in my target. So if this thing moves in my favor, I'm going to get out at 2 times the amount that I've risked. So I've risked 21 cents on this. So if it moves 42 cents, then I want to get out. And I'm going to exit all my shares. So the quantity here is going to be 476. And the limit price that I went out at is 75.04. So again, I typed in my protective stop on this first order. I clicked the advanced tab. I selected one cancels another. Then I put all this in. I'm going a little bit quickly because, hey, this is real money. And right now I do not have a protective stop or a target. Okay, so on this activity orders tab, you can see 2 orders here for IR. One's a buy stop at 75.67. The other is a buy limit at 75.04. And if we look at the picture, we can see there's been a nice resistance here at 75.66. So my order will say, hey, if it breaks that resistance and goes higher, I want out. And then this buy limit down here says, hey, if it gets all the way down to 75.04, I'm going to go ahead and buy to close my shares for a nice profit. Now I can see here on this Ingersoll Rand, right now I am losing $36 out of my $100 R. And total for the day, I'm down $100. So we'll see what it does. Again, this is probably not an order I would do unless I was doing a video, but it's hard to do a video on how I'd be in a position without doing a video, right? Groovy. All right, so let's see if there's anything else that might be triggering soon. I do see another one over here on FireEye. This is the one I traded earlier today and in the previous video. Now this one has not yet broken, so let me see if I can get in on this one quickly. It'd be a 10-cent risk. So out of a $100 R, I'm dividing by 10 cents, it's going to be 1,000 shares. There's the math. So sell 1,000 shares. Now this time I'm going to do a stop limit because I do not want any slippage. So I went in at 11:59, so I put that in for the limit, and 11:59 for the stop. I'm going to click submit. Make sure that my order is correct, and it is, so I'm going to click transmit. Now here's what I like to do when an order has not yet triggered. I come in, I do a buy stop, because this will be my protective stop for the full number of shares. My protective stop on this order is going to be 11:69. And if it goes in my favor, I'll exit at 2R, which will be 11:39. So again, I click the one cancels another. Make sure it's going to do FireEye. Make sure it's going to do all the shares. And 11.39 will be my target. Now this time I'm going to click save because I don't need the protective stop because I'm not in the position yet. So if this position triggers and I do get filled, I've got my protective stop, my target right here. All I'm going to have to do is click this submit button, and it goes in very, very quickly. It's a 10-cent risk, and so this stock could move 10 cents very quickly. So if it did trigger in, if it did trigger and fill me on my order, I would definitely want to have that protective stop in very, very quickly. Now there's another way to do this, and it looks like it's going to give me time. If you want your protective stop in instantly, you can go over here and I could do this order a different way. So I'm going to click again 1,000 shares. I could just do a stop order, doesn't have to be a stop limit. So let me just show you how I would do the stop limit. Oh, sorry, how I do just the stop order. 11:59 was the entry on that one. I could click on the advanced tab, and instead of clicking one cancels another, I'm going to click this one that says attach stop loss profit taker bracket. Basically what this allows me to do is I'm going to click that box. I'm going to do let's see, the profit taker is a limit order at 11:39, and the stop loss is 11:69. So this time I'm just going to click save because I do not want to submit this because I already have another order out there. But you can see this one, if the entry order gets filled, then it'll automatically put in one of these next two. So it would instantly have a protective stop, and it would instantly have a target on it. So let's say you are a stay-at-home parent like myself, and you see this order setting up, and you just say, hey, I want this to happen, and then you can go play with the kids, you can clean in the kitchen, do whatever else you need to do, knowing that if FireEye gets to 11:59 or lower, you will sell short 1,000 shares to get in, and then you'll instantly have your buy stop as protection. I tell you what, why don't we do both of these so we can see how they're doing it. So here's how I can edit my order. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to change this one to 500 shares. That way it'll be half an R, and then I'm going to click that update. I'm going to do the same thing on this one up here, 500. And it's not letting me edit that. Maybe, yeah, okay. So once I clicked, edited the original order and I clicked update, it's there. So now I still need to hit submit. So I'm going to click submit, and it says, hey, first, do a sell stop at 11:59 for 500 shares on FEYE. And if that goes through, then either take profits by closing out by buying 500 shares at price $11.39, or the protective stop is a buy stop market order at 11:69, and that is exactly what I wanted to do. So I click transmit, and you can see that that order is now active. This one that says submit right here is the protective stop and target for the 500 shares. Yeah, so I got those two orders ready to go. Ingersoll Rand is still, looks like it's moving just a little bit sideways. I can look down here and see right now I'm down $41 on that position. Let's go back. I can click just right here on that order, and it switches the chart over to Ingersoll Rand. I can see it is not yet making higher lows or lower high. Let's see, lower highs are good. It's not making higher lows against me, so I'm okay staying in this order or staying in this trade. Again, my plan was to exit if it gets up to 75.67 or higher. Okay, so let me talk about the windows that I have here. Up here in the upper left is my trade entry window. Again, I can buy or sell using the blue button or the red button. And then my order choices are a stop, a limit, market order, and the stop is technically a stop market order. I can do a stop limit entry, and not really sure what these are. Probably could figure that out pretty quick, but when I'm on a video, and then there's a bunch of other types of stuff. But the ones I do most often are a stop market, a limit, or stop limit. Then next is, of course, the quantity. Put the quantity shares that you want to do, and then the price. And then this says day. I do almost exclusively day trades, but if you're going to do a swing trade or a longer term trade than a day trade, you would want to be sure that this says good until close. And then, of course, the advanced button here, we talked about whether you want to do your stop loss and profit taker attached to your original order, or if you want to wait till that fills and then do a one cancels another for your protective stop and your limit. And then, of course, your submit button. And there's a little triangle over here. If you don't want to submit it, you can always just save the order. And then you have the situation like I have on FireEye, where I have a protective stop. Ooh, I need to change the position size. I have this protective stop ready to go for when that order enters, or when that order triggers. I usually do it this way just because it's a little bit quicker. If you try and type in your entry order, your protective stop, and your target order all before you click submit, especially when day trading, sometimes it'll go ahead and break, and it'll cross your trigger, and it'll leave the station without you, so to speak. Over here in the upper right, it tells me a little bit about the performance of the stock. It tells me the high and low of the day, the 52-week high and low, that kind of stuff. Of course, this is a stock chart. I have it set for 1 minute over here. Now, when I'm doing my analysis, I use TradingView, and I alternate between a 1 minute very early in the morning, 5 minute a little bit later in the morning, and a 15-minute chart around noon Eastern time to in the afternoon. And then, of course, this is my portfolio, what positions I have open, what positions I have done for the day. And then it just, it just tells me about my, my portfolio. So this is how I do my trades. Not really much going on right now. I'm going to wait for some of this stuff to trigger. But this is how, maybe I can demonstrate it on this one. Some folks like doing like options trades. So maybe you have you do not have a margin account, or you're trading in an IRA or some other type of account where they do not allow you to go. They do not allow you to trade bearish. Or excuse me, you are allowed to trade bearish. You are not allowed to go short. So if you want to trade bearish and you're not allowed to short shares, you need to buy puts. So let's see if FireEye has good options. Option chain, let's see, December 30th, so that's tomorrow. I wanted to get in at 11.59, so I could buy an 11.50 put. That's actually not too bad of an idea. If I right click on this, I can come down here to where it says charts, and I can say new chart. And not much activity here. But it appears if the, let's see, the highest this option has been today has been 9 cents. That was about the low of the day, so I could do a buy stop on FireEye for 10 cents. And so if I did that buy stop on FireEye and I bought the option for 10 cents, the worst thing that can happen is that option could go to 0. And of course, then the best thing that it could do is go up tremendously. For a day trade, if I were to day trade this, I would want to probably sell that at 30 cents because that would be twice as much as I was risking on 10 cents. And it looks like FireEye is getting ready, or it's getting close again. Now that I see the chart and I would see that I'd want to buy this at 10 cents, I believe I can come over here, click on the bid. Let's see, I would have to buy at the ask. And I want to buy it. Then I have an order here where I can say a limit or a stop. So I can make that a stop at 10 cents. And it looks like if I were to click this, I would get filled very, very quickly. But this is how I would be trading options for day trading bearish. Back over here to FireEye. It looks like it's going to bounce off of that order entry again. I can look over here to my active orders. I can see that that option trade is not there. Actually, here it is right here. So I have not transmitted it yet, but it looks like the stop price is $1.10. So maybe I was misreading that chart. Do I still have that chart up? I do not. 10 cents. I'm pretty sure that said 8 or 9 cents and not, so there's $1.10 and here's the price action down here. All right. So I can verify that, go back over here and say, look, I don't want to get in at $1.10. I want to get in at 10 cents. It looks like I need to trade it, change that one. So that would be there, and that is not what I want to do. So I'm going to right click on it and say discard, and then that order goes away. And back over here to FireEye one more time. Come on, please help me out because I'm recording a video. Go ahead and trigger in. It looks like it's going to take its time. So let's check on Ingersoll Rand one time. Looks like it is rolling off of that resistance, at least for the time being. So I'm going to click pause on the video, and if activity happens, I'll resume, and we'll discuss about it then. So there will be a break. You won't see a break, but when I come back on and talking again, these charts will look a little bit different. Talk to you soon. All right, FireEye is getting close, so I'm going to resume the video. Let's swing over here to FireEye. And it did shoot a lower wick down here. If I put my cursor on that candle, I get this little pop-up, and it shows that the low of that candle was 1160. So again, one of the orders here is a stop order at 1159, and the other one is a stop limit order at 1159. So if this thing were to jump from 1161 where it is now down to say 1155, the sell stop market order would fill at 1155. The stop limit order would not fill. It would only wait until it got up to 1159 or higher. So again, I thought I was being sneaky and clicking the button just in time to watch this order get filled, but it has bounced off of that support. And that is, again, one reason why we put the order below the support, so that it did not get us in and then bounce, right? We wanted it to, if it is going to bounce, we don't want to get triggered in. So while we're watching this and hoping it'll fill here in the next 2 or 3 seconds, I'll go ahead and say, if you want to watch more videos like this, if you want to learn how to trade stocks for free, there are a ton of free articles and free videos over at www.reallifetrading.com. So be sure and go over and check those out. We've got some reviews of other brokers. Real Life Trading, Interactive Brokers is the one I use, obviously. I like them because their customer service is great. Their fees are very, very inexpensive. A couple of years ago, they weren't that great at shorting stocks, but they have gotten much, much better at being able to go short on a much bigger variety of stocks. And of course, while I'm recording the video, it's going to wait. I will come over here, take a look at Ingersoll Rand. Looks like it did roll nicely off of that resistance. So if it does break the low of this candle, and again, I can put my cursor on the candle and see the low of that candle is 75.44. If it does get below 75.44, I'll come in and lower my stop to be a few pennies above that guy. And when I put my cursor there, the high there is 75.62. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put my cursor right over there and click on that, and I can change that to a 4 and hit enter. Now see, it says update, so I haven't done that yet, but that's how I would do it. And FireEye is within a penny. Okay, FireEye just triggered. Awesome. So the stop order triggered, and then the stop limit order triggered. So I can look down here and say FireEye, 1,000 shares. It says I'm down $73, but remember earlier I was down $63, so that's just reflecting that. Now, we can go and click on this tab here that says trades. I can see all of the trades that I've done today. The first video, I did something very similar on FireEye where I did a stop limit and a stop order. And I think the stop limit, I gave it 1 penny offset. So the stop order triggered at 1170, the stop limit order triggered at 1171. And then I bought to close at 1176, and that's why there was a loss. Here is the Ingersoll Rand entry. I sold 476 shares, and I got triggered at 75.46. And you can see here, the first FireEye order that triggered was 500 shares. I got filled at 1158, whereas the stop limit order I got filled at 1159. So a little bit better fill there. Now remember, I had these orders right here that had not yet been submitted. So right now I only have a protective stop and a target on 500 of my shares. So I can come and click submit, and it says, hey, are you sure you want to do a buy stop of 500 shares at 1169 and a buy limit at 1139? And yes, I do. So transmit. So there are my two orders. Now it's a little bit silly to have two orders to do the exact same thing at the exact same price. So again, I've been doing some for demonstration. Since both of these are effectively now an order cancels another, I'm just going to cancel this top one, and I'm going to adjust my number of shares on this one to be 1,000 shares. I'm going to click update. I'm going to have this at 1,000 shares. Oops. 1,000 shares. I'm going to click update. And cool. All right, so that order is there on FireEye. It looks like it's back down to break even. Let's go check on Ingersoll Rand and see if I can lower my stop just yet. And it looks like, again, my plan was for it to get below 75.44. So I have not clicked update, so the protective stop is still at 75.67. A little bit weird to see it on the screen like that, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back and then just click the update, and there it is at 75.67, and we see the picture is how I want it. All right, I'm going to click pause on the recording, and when some more activity happens, I will come back and update it. Let's see, can I do something now on that one? Nope. Okay, going to click pause, and I will talk to you again here in a little bit. All right, a while ago I said that if Ingersoll Rand, ticker IR, gets below this candle, the low of that is 75.44, that I was going to go ahead and lower my stop. It did in fact do that, and the high of that candle is 75.62, so I am going to lower my stop to 75.64. And once again, I'm going to come over here and click on that, make that a 4. It says 75.64. Yes, please. Click update, and now my order is in. And ooh, we're going to pop a little bit bullish there. Let's see if it comes for me. I might get stopped out on one of these. I might get stopped out on both of these. But again, I can do an update and see. FireEye looks like it's working in my favor, because on the first trade I was down 63. Overall today, if I were to close everything out right now, I'd be down $55. Here is FireEye, and we can see the chart. This right here is the entry is red because I went short on the shares, and is down below the order at which we went short. And our protective stop is up here, target down there. Everything looks good. All right, going to go back on pause, and if something fun happens, I'll hit the recording again. Talk to you soon. Okay, so while I was away, Ingersoll Rand popped bullish after breaking lower. It turned around and reversed, went the other way, and so I got stopped out. Looks like I lost a total of about 1 R, because I had a $100 R. My stop order, you can see here, that little blue line says my stop order was at 75.66. Let's see, it also should be here. Excuse me, 75.64. So my stop order was at 75.64. That blue line is where I actually got filled, and if I look at the trades, I can see it filled me at 75.67. So 3 pennies of slippage, but as you can see, it is going quite far past the blue line. So would rather be out at 75.67 than still be in it and still losing money. So Okay, FireEye also not looking very hot today, but again, none of these trades would I have done if I were not recording a video. Looks like FireEye had a nice move down, has come back up, and is retesting at some point. So we'll see what happens to FireEye. But probably not a bad idea to lower my stop, my protective stop on FireEye. Looks like right now the 10 exponential moving average on the 15 chart, I'm looking on TradingView, is at 1163, and there's been a nice little resistance here at 1165. So let's lower the stop down to 1166. And if I get stopped out, it will be for less than a full R. All right, I'll hit record again when something happens. All right, folks, as you can see, FireEye ended up breaking bullish quite aggressively, triggered through our stop. Fortunately, we did lower our stop, so we lost less than an R on this one. We can go over here to our orders up here, and we see the FireEye protective stop was at 1166. We can click on the trades here and see we got triggered at 1165.99, so great fill there. Yeah, here's a great example. I did 4 trades today for the purpose of a video. I didn't really like the entries on any of them, but it's hard to record a video on how I use Interactive Brokers without actually using Interactive Brokers. But 4 small losses, all I need is 1 win tomorrow, and I'm actually going to be nicely profitable. So again, the trick is to win big, lose small. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. For more videos like this, swing on over to www.reallifetrading.com. And until next time, trade on logic, not on hope. Have a good one.